6 videos in, you know what time it is. It's tier list time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna make a tier list. This is top old heads that can still show a young whippersnapper a thing or two around the block. All right. So of course we got the classic past their fraud checking days. These guys are too far gone. They've lost their mojo. They need to be put in the nursing home. Then we got can fraud check a whippersnapper or two. Oh crud. Let me fix that. What the heck? Yeah, it says. Oh, whippersnapper or two, right? Then you have a surprise fraud check incoming, right? These guys, you think they're done, bam! They still get it over you. Then you have here starting to have back issues. They're about to be an unk, and then you have a couple fights left before they start becoming some unks, alright? So, start us off after UFC 322. We have the man, the myth, GM3. Alright? Now, GM3 is a special one. Not at all. He's past his fraud checking days. He is 0-3, knocked out. No, I think he's 0-4 in his last 4. Been knocked out in the last 2. What's crazy is his first loss on this winning streak was not a close decision. He got submitted, but a competitive fight against Rainer de Ritter. And then what? He lost a decision to Brad Tavares. Tavares got cut. They still kept Mearshart. Then he got knocked out by Michael Oleksiejczuk. Then he got knocked out by the Darce Knight himself. Submitted by the Darce Knight himself, Kyle DeKalkis. So I'm going to say Mearshart's fraud checking days are over. He needs to be wheeled into a nursing home. He'll never make it to round 3. That's kind of his thing. He can't make it to round 3 anymore, so his powers are gone. Up next, we're going to have another man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Barcelos. I mean, he can fraud check a whippersnapper too. Now, I know he has been fraud checking recently. He beat Ricky Simone, I think last fight night for the Bonfirm Brown fight night. But, you know, he fraud checked Peyton Talbot recently. He's on a win streak, a 3-fight win streak, Johnny Barcelos is. Peyton Talbot lost to Barcelos, beat up on Felipe Lima, and now is getting Henry Cejudo. Barcelos, they're throwing him back into the apex. So I think he can get a couple more left. I think Barcelos has a couple left in him. He can still fraud check a whippersnapper to show him the ropes. I wouldn't be surprised if they do give him an up-and-comer for his next fight, just to say we don't care about you. Up next, Bobby Green. Now, King Green. The King's lost his crown. It's past his fraud checking days. I know he can beat Jim Miller, who is a known crafty vet, but I think it's over for Bobby Green. Like flatline highlight reel KO'd by Mauricio Rufy. At the beginning of this year, we haven't seen him back since. I think he'll call it in. We'll be seeing a retirement from King Green soon. He's been demoted to, I think, Squire. He's now Squire Green. So I'm gonna say that for him. I think it's over for him. All right. Up next, I'm just listing off all these recent guys. Beneil Dariush. Now, if you don't know, he came off of a 16-second war with Benoit Saint Denis, where he got clipped by one left hook. The first punch that landed clean, he was out like a light, down on the floor, face down, head on the canvas. He painted the You ever see that death sentence thing against it's the wolf guy, and he spray paints his head white, and it gets dragged against the cage, and it paints the cage wall white. That's what happened with Beneil Dariush against Benoit Saint Denis. He painted the floor of the cage white with his white gray hair when he got knocked out. It's over for him. I don't know what to do. I say he retires. You put him in the old man home next to Mearshart. Him and Mearshart can talk about the good old days for UFC 322, and they can reminisce. All right. Even though it did beat Moicano in his last fight, I think if you take a one shot from BSD, who doesn't have the best power, He's not really a power hitter, and you get knocked out cold like that. I think it's time to call it. Up next, we have the man himself. All right, this one's a little bit. All right, Gilbert Burns. I think he's starting to have. See, I shouldn't say fraud check because I think he can just beat like. I'm gonna put him in like this middle tier. How about this? How about I change this to like. Can surprise you. How about that? Yeah, that may be better. Right? I think Gilbert Burns can surprise you still, you know? I think he could maybe have a close fight with Leon Edwards at this point. Now, I know Edwards... I don't know if I have Edwards in here. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. But him and Edwards, I think that would be a good next fight for Edwards if he wants an easy fight. You do Gilbert Burns, dude. Gilbert Burns, he can surprise you, I feel like. I think he's gone against Morales. He's gone against JDM and Bilal and Brady in his last 4. All killers, all top of the division. I don't think it's over for him. I think Gilbert Burns can surprise you. All right. Up next, who do we have next? Who do we want next? I think I'm going to pull out this guy. Boom. Tim Elliott. He can fraud check a whippersnapper or 2. All right. You just saw him submit Kai Asakura. He's beaten Taguero Bekov. He's got a lot of sneaky good wins. And I think him and who'd be good? I don't know if I have Charles Johnson on this list. I need Charles Johnson on this list. He's a top tier fraud checker. Either way. Tim Elliott, I think he's still got a couple fights left in him. He looked not the best. He looked absolutely awful against Kai Asakura. But I think he's so bad enough. He's so bad, he kind of makes his opponent bad too. I don't know if you know this. You know how some people fight to their level? I think Tim Elliott makes people fight to his level, which is bottom of the barrel. So I think Tim Elliott can fraud check a whippersnapper or 2. Like, I could see them giving... Like, if Joshua Van loses against Pantoja, I could honestly see them giving Tim Elliott Joshua Van for just telling Joshua Van, hey, beat up this guy. And I could see Tim Elliott maybe getting that off somehow, in some way. But yeah, I'm going to put Tim Elliott at can fraud check a whippersnapper or 2. Alright, let's see. Who's... The man, the myth, the legend, Josh Emmett. Josh Powerhouse Emmett. It's past it. I'm just putting everyone in the retirement home in this video. I think everyone's got to go. Josh Emmett, submitted by the Moroccan Devil. What's his name? I forgot his name. It's the Moroccan Devil. I know his nickname somehow. How do I forget his name? Fatsporia. Fought Calvin Cater. Do I have Cater on here? No, I don't. Also moved this down one, right? Can't surprise you. Starting to have back issues. I'll put Burns at starting to have back issues. There we go. That's a little bit better. What's his name? I don't know. I'm going to look like an idiot because I don't remember this stupid guy's name, but he just submitted Josh Emmett. I think it's over for him. Your 1-2 overhand punch you'll fluke it over Bryce Mitchell. All right, that was a fluke. Battery's almost dead. Anyways, you'll fluke it over Bryce Mitchell. You ain't getting it on anyone else, little bro, okay? You're done. You got that massive orc beard that gets caught in the way of everything. I think you put him in a retirement home, too. You can have Mearshart and Dariush in a room. They both got a head of hair. Then you have King Green, Squire Green, Josh Emmett. They're both baldies. You put them in the baldy room. Moving on. All right. Jan Blachowicz, I think he can still surprise you, you know. Had a close fight with Olberg. I thought he won the Olberg fight. Had a close fight with Pereira. Not a close fight, but he, fought to Ankalaev to a decision. What was his last fight before that? I forgot. He hasn't won in like forever. But I think against Bogdan Guskov at, I think it's at UFC 323, he'll fight No. I thought he was supposed to fight Bogdan Guskov soon. I guess they canceled that or something. I thought that was happening soon. Anyways, I think he can surprise you still. I think he's still got a actually. You know what? Boom, couple fights left. Not even can surprise. He's got a couple fights left. It's a couple fights before Jan Blachowicz is done. He's still got some time left. He's still looking good. Nothing crazy. All right. Who's another fun guy? You know what? Let's just go for it. Derek Lewis. I'm stuck between Can Surprise and he's got a couple fights left. Because I think once Derek Lewis gets outside of the rank, starts fighting like mid rankings, I could see him beating Gaziev though. You know what I'm saying? I could see Derek Lewis flying knee Gaziev in round 1. So I'm putting that surprise you. I think it depends because heavyweight's so bad, but I think like I could honestly see like Johnny. Sorry, I'm forgetting everyone's name. Who's Johnny Walker's younger brother that's in the UFC? Something Walker. Walter Walker ripping Derek Lewis's leg off, but I could also see Derek Lewis showing Josh Hockett a thing or two. So it depends on the prospect. I think Derek Lewis can surprise you, and he'll surprise you. All right. Who's up next? I think Ponzinibbio still got it, dude. I don't care. I know he got chinned by D-Rod, but at the start of this year, who'd he beat? He beat someone at the start of this year, knocked him out. Then he was doing good against D-Rod, dude. And D-Rod, apparently we'll never see him again. Apparently some law trouble. But D-Rod's he had a good fight with Kevin Holland. So, getting chinned by D-Rod, I mean, who wouldn't get chinned by D-Rod? I think Ponzi can still fraud check a whippersnapper too. His chin is gone. He's like Dariush, but he's at least surviving until round 3 before he gets chinned. Dariush, he walks into the cage expected to get chinned. Ponzinibbio can at least make it to round 2 or 3 before he gets chinned, trustworthily. So I'm gonna go with Ponzinibbio. He can still got can fraud check a whippersnapper too. All right, he still got it in him. All right. Let's go with Cannonier. I think Cannonier. I think he's starting to have back issues. I know he KO'd Gregory Rodriguez, but he took a lot of damage to KO Rodriguez, It was, he almost got knocked out in round 1, 2, and 3, and then he comes back in the 4th because Rodriguez just gassed himself out. And then against MVP, he kind of just let it get away from him. He just let it happen. He tried to grapple at the end, but he didn't look the best. He didn't I know he gave close fights to Mavov and stuff, and he beat Strickland, but I think he's starting to have some back issues. I think he's starting to have back issues. He can still do well against. Honestly, I think he could maybe beat Brendan Allen. I think if you put him against Brendan Allen, he's starting to have back issues, but he's still there. All right, I think he could beat Brendan Allen maybe, or at least have a close fight with Brendan Allen. I think he could. Who's another good middleweight coming up? I think he'd show, like, if Bison Gurshakayev or Bo Nickel come up too early and face the Killer Gorilla too soon, he can show him what's up. But I think he's starting to have back issues, all right? He's starting to have back issues. Who's next? Let's go with this guy. All right. I think Usman can surprise you. We just saw that with Buckley Usman at UFC Atlanta. He can surprise you, dude. Those cobblestone knees, he's still fine. He can still go through it. He can still get some takedowns and do some damage. He doesn't fight, though, is the thing. He just doesn't fight that much. Because he fought Buckley, February or something? He fought him pretty early this year. Not even a fight announcement. I think he's just waiting on to see how things turn out. But I think he can surprise you. And surprise you, I think, also means they may not win, but they'll at least surprise you in their performance. I think Usman can at least surprise you. Like, if he goes against Islam, I think it's going to be a 48-47 loss. Like, he loses by a round. Maybe 49-46. But I don't know. I think he can get it close with some top-tier guys. I do think Morales sleeps him. I think Protest could maybe sleep him if he gets it off, if he does get it early enough. But he can still surprise you with some people, all right? Neil Magny, he still surprises you, dude. He'll also surprise you. I thought when Protest like, I thought when Pratis had a punch go past Magny's head and the air pressure alone knocked Magny out, that he was done. But he's picked up wins against, what is it, Jake Matthews and something Fiera or something. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He can surprise you, dude. He looked pretty good in those fights too. He can slow a fight down to his pace. He's good at grappling. He's pretty well rounded everywhere. I think he can surprise you. He's still got it. You know. He's not starting. I could say he's starting to have back issues though. I think I'm gonna put him actually at starting to have back issues. I think that's better. Just because, you know, I think the next fight they give him, he's gonna get probably KO'd. Like they may give him, what is he, middleweight? Who could they give him next? I don't know who they give Neil Magny next, but I think his next fight he'll probably lose. But he's starting to have back issues, but he's still fine. You know, he's still fine. Let's see, who's next? Who could be next? Marcin Tybura, I think he's still in the fraud check whippersnapper 2 days, alright? He's still there. He can fraud check a whippersnapper 2. He beat, what was that British guy's name? McParkin. He beat McParkin. I thought he lost that, but you know, he still beat him. He got KO'd by DeLasia. So I think he's got 1 or 2 left. He can fraud check a whippersnapper 2. He's got like, maybe I think he can maybe beat Hawkit. If Hawkit's rushed too early and Hawkit doesn't really have anything, I think Tybura may beat Hawkit. So I think that's where he can get his last fraud check in, maybe, is what I think. Who else? Okay. Barcelos. Or not Barcelos. Barboza. Edson Barboza. He just lets fights get away from him, dude. He's past his fraud checking days. They have him against Jalen Turner for some reason at this next fight or something soon. I just don't think... I don't know, dude. He lets fights get away from him. He doesn't really push. You know, he's very content with losing as long as he doesn't, you know, get finished. He's gotten TKO'd by Bryce Mitchell, dude. I don't know. He's past his fraud checking days, dude. I think after this Jalen Turner loss, which I think Turner's going to knock him out, but he could knock Turner out, you know, but I think Turner knocks him out, and, you know, you see him with the Baldy boys. Let me make these Baldy boys see it. Look at that. The Baldy, and then look at that. You have, you have light, medium, and dark. Look at that. Every single Baldy boy in the retirement home. Do I have one more? Last one. I think Chandler, even though he got killed he's on like a 6-fight losing streak, I do think he can show a lightweight. I think he can fraud check a whippersnapper too. I think he can show a lightweight what's up. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Grant Dawson, I think he can maybe knock him out. If he's getting knocked out by King Green, I think Chandler's a lot more explosive, a lot more wild, can maybe clip some of these lightweights who haven't had like the most powerful opponents, and he can put them away. I do think he's taken a lot of damage, but I think he's still got 1 or 2 left in him. So I'm going to say he can fraud check a whippersnapper or 2. And I think, you know what? Yeah, that's going to be it. So that's my list. That's my UNC fraud checking list. It's more of just making fun of people who are at the end of their careers. But I think, you know, it was a good time. What was that? How long was that? 20 minutes? I may just talk a little bit longer. No, I won't. That's my definitive list. Hopefully this will do good, because tier lists are fun and they're easy to do. And I don't know. What do I say? Don't be funny, make some money, buy the numbers. Yeah, see ya.